Hey, what's up, everyone? It's your boy Darkpool Algo. Thanks for joining me on another weekend watch list building session. Today is Sunday, November 14th, 2021. This is a retake, so I think I miffed on my opening intro on the previous hour session I just recorded, so I'm just going to do a quick introduction and then I'll just spice it in, a little post-edit production, right? I am glad you're here. Thanks for joining me on this weekend watch list building session. If today is your first day, thank you. Really appreciate the new members. And a little bit about what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and show the top 5 stocks that we have picked for this week. I'm going to show you how they look as far as the algorithm is concerned, the chart is concerned, looking at some potential support resistance and potential plays. So all I ask in return is you hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those bell notifications. It really does help me out with the YouTube algorithm. And leave a comment in the comment section below. Believe it or not, I try to get to every single comment as possible. So quick intro, we'll be right back and we'll jump right into it. Thanks again. It is, next week. So this is the last full week we have before we get into the holiday season. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. It's also, is it monthly expiration this week? Ooh, could be. So with that being said, just be nimble, be quick, be wary. Don't get caught in the hype, and just make sure you play the chart in front of you. So this week on our watch list, we have got, what do we have here? We've got Lululemon, Match, MTCH, SEAS, AMT, and NSC. Those are ones that made the cut. So I'm going to try things a little differently here. I've got 5 different charts set up, but this recording software is only letting me record one portion of my screen, so hopefully everything is clear, okay? We're going to jump right into it. I wanted to look at, how am I going to do this? What's the best way to do this? Yeah, maybe this is the best way to do it. Yeah, I want to look at what our positions last week did and see what we can expect for this upcoming week, right? So let's see what we got on our watch list last week. If I remember correctly, BIDU, Fiverr, Zillow, Logitech, and Ring. If I remember correctly, 4 out of 5 of those hit pretty good. Pretty dang good, if I remember correctly. This was BIDU going into last week. Right? Let's see. This is probably the best looking chart right here. Yeah, I think so. Alright, so going into last week with BIDU, right? Today's the 15th. It would have been what, the 8th? Is that right? It was Monday. I just need to have a calendar up all the time. That's all there is to it. Hey, there we go. Come on. So beginning of the 8th, right? Should have been in here somewhere. Wow, look at that move. Holy cow. So if you would have got into a BIDU at the beginning of last week at 158, closed at 171, that's a pretty significant gain, right? Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong tool. It would be... do date and price range, right? Jeez, look at that. Massive win. 8% for $12.50. And that's if you took profit quickly. So that was BIDU. BIDU was a winner. Chicken dinner, Fiverr. Another winner. Chicken dinner. Right? The same kind of move here. Catch the break, catch the rip. Even if you held it to the week, right? 20% gainers, right? 20% gain, $32, bangers. 2 for 2. Zillow, Zillow would have been short play. Let's see, we had an initial pop. Could have played to the upside there, sold off, back tested. Could have got back in on the 10th to the downside, right? 5.8% for $4. Could have played Zillow down. Logitech. Logi. Let's see what Logi did. Alright, a little choppiness. Choppy. I mean, you could have caught some of these short pops and drops. The smart move would have been on Wednesday. Right? Off of the low to the high. 4.5 or 4.25% or $3.32. Banging 4 for 4. And finally, Ring. Jeez, Ring, dude. Ring is a beast mode. Gee, look at that. So I did warn that it was earnings, but the algo is extremely divergent, right? Even if you could have caught, let's say you caught this little earnings pop, right? Just a little pop for 12%. If you would have caught this whole move, right? You saw something you were bullish on. You like to play through your earnings. You could have caught, what is that? 40%. 31.38% or $73 move. Yeah, last week was an amazing week. We nailed 5 for 5, and yeah, so I like this new format that we're using. I like being able to go over the SPY, ADRs, all of the stuffs. So with that being said, let's hop into this week's. We're going to start with AMT. I believe this is American Towers Corporation. I already went ahead and marked up the charts. However, let me just grab this out in case I need to highlight anything super important. We're going to use this orange color here. I felt like Bob Ross right there for a minute. Rip Bob Ross. Oh. All right, so listen, we're currently in this nice little wedge. Potential bear flag. So if we break down below dark pool, or we break below previous lows, we'll have to look at a downside play. However, the algo has bullishly diverged, kind of stair-stepping its way up. A little bull horn here. I'm not super thrilled about this. I'd like it to break above this previous resistance right here. Above that previous resistance for, you know, a run up to here. That should be able to get price action up and out of this wedge that it's in, targeting previous highs as targets all the way up to a regular block trade at 277.83. All right, that was AMT. And let's see if this new little system I got works. Look at that. MTCH, is that match? I believe it's match. I'll just get it confused. Is it match? No, regardless. The chart tells me that we've got nice, strong bullish divergence. Look at that. And it's pretty glorious. Price actions obviously got a overhead resistance it's got to get rid of and get through. However, look at this algo. Bullish divergence galore, right? So as far as some levels here, 148.55 is my overhead regular block trade resistance. Above that, I think we quickly come up and test this 149.75 level, regular block. We start getting above that, look at previous lows and previous highs as your targets on your way up to this white line, or excuse me, to this dark pool levels coming in at 155.91, 155. So I like the play. The break above see. If you wanted to be safe, you'd go 150 to 155. If you want to be a little bit more aggressive, you do 150 48, 55 to 155. But yeah, this looks super good. I like how the algo's just rallying up right over previous highs, right over this regular block trade at 160. I see how it almost consolidated there for a minute. So it looks pretty dang bullish going into this week. All right, moving on to the next one. Next one we have on our list is Lululemon. Who loves Lululemon? Everybody loves the Lulus. All right, pretty decent looking chart. You see the falling wedge, right? If it is a reversal, that'll screw up this whole little head and shoulders thing that's got going on here, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We would short somewhere down in here. Maybe this is the end of it, right? Contrarian, if it breaks down below previous lows, it's got this gap to fill all the way back down here, right? Algo consolidated that level, right? Used the current level as resistance, right? Some massive sell orders coming in, back up, using this level as support. Be aware there's a gap to fill to the downside. So if we start breaking, target that gap. Contrarian, we break above this previous wedge, right? This overhead, this wedge that we're in. We've got a 466 as a regular block trade level, 470.48 as a dark pool level. See how the algo has rallied up to that level, consolidated, broke through it, and pulled back. So we'd like that strength of move right there to yank Lululemon out of this little wedge that it's in and move back up to the upside. We do have a downside play and an upside play. Now let's look at things from maybe a different market's perspective. I don't know if they reported earnings, but I know that it's getting to become Christmas, and all the girls want Lulu. It's the thing. You just got to play to what, the market. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be so gender specific. All the people want Lululemon. There we go. All right. So moving on to SEAS, which is our next play. I've seen some hype around this. I don't know exactly what it does, but I see it all over Twitter all the time. So that being said, it came down and it filled its gap, right? Again, twice. Kind of a head and shoulders, but we do have some bullish divergence. Most of it's already played out. This is the fresh. It's only been going on for a day or so. So Algo consolidating at this regular block trade level at 69.10. Price action double topped. It's kind of that pattern seems to be pretty significant and across everywhere. Like that little wedge, falling wedge, double bottom. So just going to keep an eye on it. Keep in mind though, we do... Oh, what did I just do there? That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted at all. That's not the color I wanted. Come on, dude. What's wrong with you? Get in the game. There we go. All right, so we have a double bottom here, right? 1, 2. Right, a little bit of a wedge. Got to get out of that wedge, take out the previous high. So for me, you can play the move from current support up to previous highs. That's a $2 move, right? Above 65.50 level or above these previous highs. And I think we start getting pretty chunky on the way back up. Just, throw a fib up here, target your fibs. To the downside, if we break this support, we're gonna come back down and test some of these previous lows, right? It gets pretty ugly, right? $2 move to the downside brings us all the way back here. $2 move to the upside brings us back up in here. So that's what we're going to want to see with C's. And then I thought I had one more chart. Let's see, NCS. All right, NCS. Like, see how I said that double bottom is pretty prevalent through most of these charts this week. There was a couple other that didn't quite make the list. They will make the list midweek or so. These are the ones that just popped out to me. All right, previous high, we have a gap that will need to be, this gap needs to be filled. So target that gap fill if you start to see a pretty significant rally, right? Double bottom, regular block trade level support and resistance. So 274.98, that's your regular block support. 276 even is your first, well, it's your overhead resistance. So a break of 276, I think we come up and start testing 280, 281. 275.99, really, or 59, 279.59. I was going to say, I didn't look right. Current choppiness support, so we chop around, we break to the upside, you got an upside target below 275 or 274.98. Start looking for downside, let's just call it 275. Look for some downside targets, okay? All right, so that was the 5. Let's look at some charts real quick, and then I'll come back. I'll do SPY, and we will do IDBM and QQQ, okay? All right, so I wanted to look at Lulu. I wanted to see what Lulu's doing. All right, Lulu's currently trading at the mean, which is a 21-day EMA. It's got a little bit of upside potential. Considering it's starting to get into its busy time, I think a break of 454 for Lulu to the upside, testing 457. And then 460. All right. I wish I could remember my keyboard short key for this move here. Let's say Shift, Control J. Let's see if this works. Shift J. No, it's not that one. Dang it. None of those worked. Dang it. Oh well. What do I use for that? 1 second. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, maybe it's top left. Let's see. Aha. Oh, where did it go? Hold on. Where did the dang thing go? You guys saw that trend spider chart, right? Where the heck did it go? Huh. My bad. I swear. Did I close it out? I found it. Haha. There it is. So I found a new keyboard shortcut. Sweet. That's going to make me happy. Super happy. And then what is this side? You and I. All right. You and I. All right. Lululemon. So pull back to the 21. EMA is at 444.44, right? I think this 450 level is a little bit more significant. So I'm going to use that as your support, right? Bounce off that support. What I'd like to see is maybe a rally up to... Well, shoot, let's just mark it up this way. I believe we have a micro supply zone in there, right? That's going to be the first target. Above that, we have... I think we have another little one right there. And then we're currently at a demand zone. Just chilling, right? So what I'd like to see is a break above the 200 or the 50 SMA on the 15-minute chart for a rally to 457.50. Above 457, I think we test 462.50. If we can get above those levels, Fib wants us to go. Dude, look at that. That's so close to being spot on. If I took my time, I might even get those levels perfect. All right, do you see what I just did there? Let's just make it bigger so you can. Right, I identified some supply and demand zones. Right, I threw a fib, you know, from previous high all the way down to current low, right? And those fib levels almost lined up perfectly with that demand zone. If I took a little bit more time on those supply and demand zones, I bet you I could have got them to line up perfectly. Right? Pretty dang amazing. Right? Pretty darn amazing. I love the Fibonacci. The Fibonacci. Let's see. What happens if I take that? Anyway, regardless, I'll mess with that later. So, do you see what I'm saying? We get above the 50. We're going to rally up to this supply zone, right? Or the 382. So that 457.50, 458.75 level, right? Targeting, you know, previous high. That move is one. If we break through it, we can back test it. rally up to the 618, which is a 200 SMA on the 15. It's also VWAP at 463.75. We get above that, then we breathe for a minute, and then I think we can continue rally on to the upside. Okay, as far as Lululemon goes with other technical indicators, right? We're barely below the 4-hour Keltner channel cloud. We're in the weekly cloud and the monthly cloud. So we need to get up and above. Like I said, we start clearing out some of these levels here, right? Like 460 is going to be pretty significant, but that's 4-hour mid daily top. We got to get up, it's going to be a fight to get back up here to these previous highs, but I think it can do it. We've got pretty significant support where we're at. Looking at a MACD probably curling around a little bit, right? Pretty decent pattern as far as I'm concerned. The retraces into some pretty significant support, so we get up into there, I think we'll be good. That was this one. Lulu on the 15-minute chart. Like I said, it's got that overhead resistance. It's got to get up and through, but we've got a slingshot squeeze getting ready to release. It may consolidate, or it's going to just rally up through there. So we'd like to see that rally up to at least this 200 SMA, right? So 450, like I think I've called it out before, break of 454, quick profits at 57, up to 62. Same kind of deal here, right? All right, that was Lululemon. I spent a lot of time on that. I apologize. I'm trying to get faster at this. All right, that was Lulu. All right, AMT is our next one. American Tower. I have not played the stock, but it's coming off of a bounce, right? This doji, or this candle right here has me a little concerned, and that there's a big wick right to the downside. Getting ready for a slingshot squeeze to release. We've got room to 274. Oh, that's not the move I wanted. Little cup and handle. So this is pretty decent. So this is the 15-minute chart, right? We've got the 50, 200. They're about to cross and touch. Stacked positive moving averages. 8's on top of the 21, on top of the 34. Let's see, did I already mark this one out? Because look, those levels have already been there. Ooh, I'm getting good. Supply zone, demand zone, same thing as last time. All right, look to take out previous highs at 273.22 on our way up to 276.53. 276.53. Right, that's your first target. Above the 200, we can try to take out some of these previous highs. All right. I don't know how I marked that up or why, but pretty decent. See the move there? Rally to the 382, breakthrough, back test, quick pop to the 50% retracement. Above that, we get to, above the 618, we come and take out some of these previous highs. All right, that was AMT. And last little look at daily bottom, 4-hour bottom support, right? If 270 breaks, right, 270.50 breaks, we have room down to 265. Above, so $5 ATR, right? We get above, 275, 276. We take 280. Right, this is another congestion area. Above this, it gets pretty easy move from 282 to 291. That's AMT, $5 ATR. All right, SEAS is the next one I was looking at. Pretty decent move so far, right? I like the uptrend I like that it's at point of control right now, which is also the weekly Keltner channel top, 4-hour Keltner channel top. May need a couple days for the MACD to curl back up and around, but I like it above previous high, so above 64.50. I think we can come up and test 66. So it's got a $2.5 ATR. So 63 to 66 in a day, possibly. Above these, like lots of dojis here, lots of indecision, right? But if we can use this breakout of this daily or weekly Keltner channel cloud top, well, that's a mouthful, which is a 4-hour mid, we can come up and test the daily top at 68, 69 level, okay? Sorry, SEAS. That's the one we're looking at. SEAS. SEAS. I don't know what they do, but so I don't like the 5200 cross down. I like that we did pull back and we're resting right at VWAP, which is here. Right, that's VWAP. Which is also the 21-day EMA, so this could be a pullback to the next rally. However, we need to get above this 200 SMA and this VWAP level here. So you can play the 64 to 66 move, right? The safer move would be above. Right, kind of breaking out above this little supply zone right here. Pretty significant little demand zone that we're in right there. So you can play the demand to the supply zone move, right? The safer move would be above that supply zone to the next one. Fibonacci wants to show us kind of the way, right? I mean, that's pretty spot. I mean, that's real close. You can see the general move though, right? Rallied to the 382 like it did back here. It pulled back. It rallied to the 382 above the 50. Got stuck at the 618, right? And then ABCD'd its way back down, right? Rally up, pop down. It's riding this 50 SMA pretty significantly. So like I said, we can get above that. We can pull it up with us to the 382. The 50% and the 618, okay? That was C's. Yeah, it's the same story across the board. Radiant Fire is getting ready to give us a fire off signal. Slingshot Squeeze is getting ready to release, right? Like I said, above 64.50 to 66.50. Above 66.50 to 68 to 69, okay? All right, moving on to the next one. Same story. It's the same story across the board. Okay, C's. AMT sees Lulu. Did I do match already? Can't remember if I did match or not. So match. All right, currently downtrending. It rallied. It's being squeezed to death right now. So if any of these squeezes pop off to the upside, sorry, I'm trying to get us a better look here. Yeah, look at this squeeze that's just taking place. So let's see. I don't like these squeeze plays. It's just hard to know which side they're going to pop out of just off the bat. So I use tools like, you know, moving my exponential moving averages and my stack moving averages. If those all line up to the upside, you can anticipate the squeeze to pop up to the up. However, if they're down, then maybe we get the squeeze firing off to the downside. We do have room down to 139.50, right? So we have lots of overhead resistance. We could rally up to the 50 and then pull back down to take out some of these previous lows, right? All right, down to 142.87, and then down to the downside, at 139, or right, this green line, from green line down to green line, above the green line, right, which is a voodoo line level. We get above the 50. It's kind of the same one we just looked at, right? So we rally up, we get our moving averages stacked positively going again. We got to get up above this Ichimoku cloud. So really a break of 150, right? Strong. I got this. Lots of resistance up to 150. Above 150, I think we can chunk up to 155. Above 155, we hit 160, right? Oh. Oh, SEAS is SeaWorld? Jeez, I didn't know that. Yeah, it's the same. The story's the same across the board. 1, 2, 3, reversal, right? That's what I'm looking to play. So we get a move down, up, down, right? So if we break this level here, right? Possible... something like that. So we want to break above 160, above 164.50, and it gets super woody, right? You've got room from here to rally up here, but we got to get above some pretty significant levels. Let me just mark this up because I think it's actually going to affect lots of things. Let's go. All right, that's not the monthly mid. All right, so that orange line is actually the daily 200 SMA. We recently had a 50-200 SMA cross at the end of last month, so that should start pulling price action back up with it. But we need to get above that. The safe play is going to be above 155. So with match, if you want to play it safe, right, you play... Sorry, I'm just moving this. I need to find the level. All right. So above 155 for match, then we check out 160, 165. There is a potential move from this 147.50. So let's call it 148.50 up to 151 before we start getting some rejection, right? However, we do have kind of a downward trajectory. Our support obviously is going to be right here at these previous lows. Let's just call this the demand zone that we're in right now, right? So from demand zone to mid to supply zone, contrarian from demand zone to demand zone, right? We have a downside move, upside move, all the moves, right? So just be careful with match. No, I don't want to change the interval. I want to change the ticker. Das Ticker. Yeah, this is chop. So we can play the break back up into the 4-hour Kellner channel bottom, up to this mid level at 155, then up to 160. We reject this level. We break down to 140. Back test 143 for a continued move to the downside. All right, that was MTCH. NSC is the last one, and Norfolk Southern Corporation. All right. This would have been the move to catch, right? That's 240 to 275. We rallied through it. We broke back down. We came into, all right. So we're currently at daily Keltner channel cloud top or bottom, below the 4-hour bottom. If these levels don't hold and we break down below previous lows, we can easily come back down and test 264 and then 250. We break up and above. This is a lot of congestion right here. So, all right. All right. 278. So we got a $5 ATR. All right. This is... Man, I need a different chart for this. Right? Those Keltner channels are your support resistance, but I want to see... Yeah, this will work here. Rally McRally to highs, pull back all the way down to VWAP. We're below the 200 SMA, so we have a magnet to the upside at 280, 283.27. 283.27. That's above there. All right. Another one of these little supply zone to supply zone moves, guys. Everyone. Demand zone to supply zone. 279. We're going to run into some resistance, right? We have... Right, that's VWAP right there. So 275 to 280. All right, depending on what happens here, we either bust through it and back test and 282 becomes our new base and we can continue to move to the upside, or we rally up, reject off of it and come back down and test 275 again. So from 275 to 282, right? Rejection of 282 back down to 275. Looks pretty decent. I don't even know what Norfolk Southern Corporation does. So it looks like we tried to do this last week. We rallied, got above the 50, right? Kind of got spooked there a little bit. Kind of got freaked out. It was Halloween time, is that right? No, dang, that would have been nice if I lined up perfectly with Halloween. I could have made some Halloween jokes. But anyway, we rallied up, got scared, pulled back to support, pulled back to support. So double bottom. It's a double bottom, more like a triple bottom. Jeez, look at that. 1, 2. So it's forming support. I like the Radiant Fire is going to slingshot squeeze. These are going to slingshot around a release. So if we can get above, right above the 34. Let's see, what's the exact level I want to be above. The safe move is above 276.75. You want to be a little bit more aggressive. 276. Yeah, above 276 for a move to 278. Above 278, we come up and test this 200 SMA. All right, there we go. Double bottom, double bottom. All right, we're trading. All right, this could be a pretty decent looking move we're setting up for right here, right? Yeah, so currently resting at the 618, a rally to the mean. Why is that on the 15-minute? And look at that. Tweezer bottom, rally to the mean at 284.55, right, which is previous high. Previous high. All right. I feel like I missed something. All right, let's check into IWM. IWM is my favorite for this week again, and this is why. Look at this massive consolidation that we finally broke out of, right? And those fib time series that I've been playing around with, ooh, do you think they're spot on or what? Pretty spot on. So IWM has been in a massive consolidating squeeze for it seems like forever, to be honest with you. Seems like forever it's been doing this, right? Up and back and up and back and up and back, and we finally broke out. I think we back tested. We either need to come and back test this 234 level, or we can just continue the rally up, right? So if this is the 1, 2, 3 move, we're looking to catch the 5th wave, right? From 4 to 5. Okay, that's IWM. IWM. All right, there it is. 5,200 breaks, stack positive moving averages, 821.34, 5,200 above the Ichimoku cloud. High compression squeeze is going to fire off. Radiating fire is going to fire off. I think we've got an explosive move coming. If I were to use my fibs as potential targets, fib from high to low, right? Above 240, we get super chunky up to 244. We may continue to consolidate, you know, from 239 to 240, right? Squeeze more in that little daily range there. At WM. Oh, look at that. So this could be, let's see that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th wave move, right? Little squeeze flag forming here. So like I like IWM this week. As far as levels go, that 5,200 cross. So we may gap up tonight. So we gap up, look for the gap fade rally on the IWM. Okay. The SPY. What is the SPY doing? Jeez. Pretty nifty. I don't know if the supply and demand zones are accurate or not. I mean, they look pretty accurate. So the SPY, I anticipate another rally to check out 470 this week. We're both lagging. Stack positive moving averages, 821.34, 5,200. We got that 5,200 cross coming in at the end of the day on Friday. MACD is about to cross positive. We maintained VWAP. We've got some room up to 3 ATR, right at that 470 level. 469.50, play it safe, right? I see another bullish week for the SPY. QQQ. Very similar to the SPY, 821.34, 5,200, right? We had that crossover. Very, very similar looking charts. The only thing is I don't have supply and demand zones. If I had one, let's see, supply and demand zone. Supply, demand, rally, demand. We're supplying if we need to break above. Let's see. Above 396 on the Qs for a move to 400. And that's it, right? That's all we needed to look at, right? Yep. Alrighty. I think that's it. Thanks for joining me. Let's see. Do I want to do this? I'll give a 4-chart layout of the ADRs that I'm interested in this week. I think China's going to move this week. JD, BIDU, Pinduoduo, and Baba. Right, all looking pretty decent. So the move on JD is still valid. See how it interacted pretty dang perfectly, right? We rallied up to regular block trade support, back tested, rallied up, dark pool, resistance. So JD, I think, is going to continuation move to the upside. BIDU, the Algo is choppy. Price action is making a parabolic move, right? Rally up, pull back, plateau, rally up, plateau. Next move should be pretty explosive. Actually, BIDU down to 167, 165 potentially. If it gets to 165, it's going to gap fill down to 162.58. And Baba. The Algo and Baba are just working, and they're just working together. Those levels I drew still hold. Currently at dark pool support 166.81. Trying to get above that wedge. Looks like I had white line support there at one point. So if we can get above previous lows, then I think Baba can get chunky on its way back up. Pinduoduo. I know this is bearish divergence at its finest. Just waiting for some moves. So if Pinduoduo breaks 95 with any conviction, I think it can come up and test previous highs. The Algo is selling off, so if the Algo can break down below its previous, if it can make a new previous low, I think it may pull Pinduoduo back down, right, to the white line level at 92.50. Below that, we come back down and test previous lows at 86.50. And that's it, right? JD, BIDU, Baba, and Pinduoduo. Am I missing one? I feel like I'm missing one. FUTU. That's Chinese, isn't it? FUTU. I believe they are. I think that's their broker. That's the same broker as Webull. You guys didn't know that, did you? Yeah, Webull uses FUTU. FUTU. It's just trading with price action. At support, potential head and shoulders forming. Right. FUTU above 60. I think it come gap fill to 68. To the downside, 57, then 54. All right, that's it. Thanks for joining me once again. My name is Darkpool Algo. It has been my pleasure for this weekend watch list building session. I know it took a longer than anticipated. I'll try to throw some titles in there so you guys can just skip forward to see what you're like. Okay, thanks for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, share this video with your friends, families, neighbors, coworkers. Spread the word, spread the love. Have a great week. See you on Monday.